What is up, Pokey Sluts? Welcome to the very first video of a new series on my channel where I am going to be trying to get to the top 500 rank in the Ubers ladder, as well as just about every other ladder. As you can see, NU, OU, PU, RU, UU, and Ubers. Once again, the team I'm going to be using is going to be the Choice Scarf Zekrom, the Arceus Fairy, the Latias with Soldew, the Mega Gengar, Skarmory, and the Primal Groudon. Now, I did not create this team myself. I got it from a Poke-Aim video, so I'm hoping that this great team is going to carry me to the top 500 and then eventually to the top 100. And we'll basically go from there, but I'm going to start the series off as a quest for the top 500. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and try and find a battle. I did play with this team a little bit last night on my other account. On this account, I have 0 battles done so far. So, these first many battles are going to be pretty crappy, probably. But I can't really do anything about that, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this series. If you do, please leave a thumbs up down below to let me know that you guys would like to see more of this. Now, this is a really weird team, but yeah, he's just gonna forfeit, so I guess I shall take my free points there. And we're off to a very ridiculously easy start, I guess. Well, I was gonna wait for my points, but forget that. There's no need to do that. I do like this team a lot, guys. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. And, yeah, this looks like a little bit better of a match here. I'm definitely seeing the Mega Glalie, or Glade, rather. Alright. Well, I feel like the Gengar lead is a pretty safe lead. Gengar isn't going to do a whole lot to this team. It'll be pretty useful for the Glade. But if I lead with Gengar, I can probably scare out whatever he wants to bring in. The Zekrom would be a pretty good start here as well, but I'm going to go with the Gengar lead. It's a pretty safe lead. Definitely faster than anything on his team, I'd say. And it is going to be the Arceus Dragon, which is weird. Definitely weird. So I feel like the Skarmory switch-in would be pretty good here. I do have Arceus Fairy, but yeah, maybe the Arceus Fairy is a better switch. I'm gonna go for the Arceus Fairy and hope that I don't know, we'll see what he does. I've never seen an Arceus Dragon, so we'll have to see. He doesn't really have anything for my Arceus Fairy here, so I feel like I can get a nice Calm Mind off. Let's see what he has. Hopefully he doesn't have a Iron Head or something like that, but I don't think Arceus Dragon can get that, but I don't know, we'll see. He does have Perish Song, so that's a bit unfortunate. So I'd like to take this thing out if I can before the Perish. And yeah, we're able to OHKO that. So I don't know if I want to let this thing perish or just let my Skarmory come in and perish, because I feel like it's gonna be much less useful anyway. But the Judgment should definitely, I think it'll definitely OHKO this at +1. So I'm going to go for it. And Then next turn, I'm going to bring in the Skarmory and let him go to Perish. Yep, it does Oko him. That's very nice for us. Um, so, yeah, the Arceus Fairy did do a pretty good number. I don't really agree with him coming in on with the Mega Glade. I think that was a dumb play. Maybe he was expecting me to definitely switch out, but his Kyogre is definitely a better play there. So now I think my Groudon comes in pretty safely, but I don't want my I want my... Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice my Skarmory. I'd rather have that go down than anything else, pretty much. But, yeah, I guess... Oh, yeah, that's right. If you switch out, Perish doesn't even do anything. So, that was kind of dumb. I forgot that the Perish, if you switch out, it just goes away. But, fortunately, it doesn't turn out too bad for me anyway, as he is going to go for the Solar Beam. I'm fine with that. I can set up rocks, but I don't know if I really want to. I feel like the Earthquake is going to be a better play here. So I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. I don't need rocks up too bad. He resists them pretty well. And he is going to have the Focus Blast, which does fuck all. I'm able to take him out with an EQ very nicely. And he's probably going to bring in his own Groudon here. I'm fine with that. I'd like to get an EQ off on it. I don't have too much to deal with it. And he is just going to bring in the Primal Kyogre. I'm fine with that. My Zekrom definitely switches into it very well. And then I'm free to just pretty much get an Outrage on it after that. The Ice Beam will hurt a bit, but I can definitely take an Ice Beam as far as I know, unless this isn't like some sort of weird choice specs or something like that, or especially attack invested, but based on his team, I highly doubt it is, and just based on what everyone runs on Kyogre, I really doubt it is. So this is Choice Scarfed, but I don't think an Outrage will kill it. But I feel like the switch into Groudon here is pretty prevalent. But I don't really lose anything too much if he does bring in his Groudon. I'm just going to go for the Outrage. He's probably just going to stay in and go for that again. And that's fine. I am able to bring down his Kyogre a lot. So I definitely wanted that. And now I will just be able to come in with my Groudon and get a nice free Lava Plume or whatever I have. I believe it's Lava Plume. Yeah, I should be able to get a nice free Lava Plume here. Although I feel like the Earthquake is a better play. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake. And hopefully he brings in his own Groudon on this. And he's actually going to stay in and go for the Blizzard. So his Kyogre is going to go down here. And that's good. That thing was a little bit of an issue, but not too big of a deal. And now I'm expecting his own Groudon, which he does end up bringing out. So I feel like I'm just going to go for an EQ. That should drop him down to around 50. And hopefully I'm able to be faster, but he does get a crit there. So he does have the Dragon Pulse. So I don't know how I really want to deal with this thing. I guess I can try and Destiny Bond. But I feel like that's too obvious. So I think I want to just Shadow Ball or Sludge Wave. Although he does resist the Sludge Wave, so I feel like the once again, I feel like the Destiny Bond is too obvious. And the Shadow Ball will definitely do a good amount to this Groudon, so I'm just going to go for the Shadow Ball. And I do get a crit and the Spadef drop, so that's very nice. And he misses, unfortunately for him. So I'm able to get another Shadow Ball off. No issues there. And, yeah, if he wants to bring out the Rayquaza, it's not a big deal, but we're able to take out the Groudon there. And all he's got left is his Rayquaza. And my Arceus can definitely deal with that. Possibly my Latios can deal with that as well. He's not going to have any priority moves as far as I know. So I'm just going to hit him up with a Shadow Ball. I could go for the Destiny Bond, but once again, I feel like that's too obvious. And I do get a nice Spadef drop there again. And he gets double Spadef drop because he used Dragon Ascent. So he will go down to a nice Shadow Ball here. And I will be getting another win here for you guys. So I'm off to a pretty decent start here. I got 3 wins, I believe. Or is this the first one besides the forfeit? I don't know. But I'm going to keep going anyways. And my ranking is now 1081 from 1043. So I got 38 points that match. I'm going to go ahead and find another one for you guys. And let's see what we are facing. So this is gonna be a really weird team. He's using a couple from NU and Mew. But I feel like the Gengar is definitely a very good lead. He's got so many psychic types. I'm expecting this Arceus to be the E-Killer, which is normal Arceus. How do I want to deal with this thing, though? This thing is going to be a bit of an issue, but my Groudon can come in on it pretty free, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me just look at stats. Regirock. Okay. So he's gonna have the Arceus Poison, and he's gonna bring that in. That's a bit weird. I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything to me. So I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rock. I feel like that'll help me a bit, and he doesn't really have any spinners or defoggers, except for this Arceus, actually, apparently. So I'm just gonna stay in and go for the Lava Plume and punish him if he decides to try and go for another defog. The Lava Plume will do a shit ton in the sun, and a Focus Blast is going to do absolutely nothing. Must be this is specially defense invested. But I can basically just stay in and keep going for Lava Plume and hope he wants to try and defog. I can definitely outstall him, and Focus Blast is gonna miss one of these turns. Definitely, so I'm just gonna Lava Plume. He's most likely gonna have the recover, but I'm fine with that. I want to try and get a burn off on this thing, because it's gonna be a bit annoying, and we finally do get a burn off, so that's very nice. So I just want to hit him up with an EQ now, and that should get rid of him even if he recovers. But he's just going to defog, so he's going to go down anyway for sure. I probably should have been EQing to begin with, but I kind of wanted the burn off on him, and it's not too big of a threat anyway, because I do have the Latios as well as the Skarmory. So he's going to bring in Mew. I'm definitely expecting a toxic or something like that. But I like to get stealth rock up. I like to get my rocks up again. Now that his defogger is gone, I doubt he's gonna have anything else with defog. Um, and since he went for the amnesia, I'm just gonna roar him out because I don't want him to save that. I think Mew actually does get baton pass, so that could be a little bit scary. So I definitely just want to roar him out, and I end up bringing him into his Mewtwo here. So I feel like he's just gonna set up again. He's gonna have something to set up with. So I think I just want to go into Skarmory because I don't need him too bad. Gengar here is definitely my win condition. Gengar can pretty much sweep this whole team, and I'd like to get Regirock out of the way. Thankfully, he does go for a Toxic, so that turns out very well. I'm just going to go ahead and set up spikes and kind of scout for moves that this thing might have, because the move pool is pretty large on Mewtwo. But yeah, like I was saying, the Gengar is definitely gonna be sweeping this team. I want to get Regirock out of the way, and Skarmory kind of baits him in. So once I bait the Regirock... Oh, he's actually gonna go into his Deoxys defense. So this thing is gonna be bulky as hell. So I'd like to get a Toxic off on it if I can. And he's gonna just Torment. Torment. I don't even know if I know what Torment does. It just makes it so I can't use the same move. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and set up a spike. And he is gonna T-Wave me. That's fine. Out of everything on my team, I'd rather have this T-Waved than anything else. Yeah, okay. Torment makes it so you can't use the last move that you used. So I'm just going to stay in Toxic again and hope he decides to bring out something else, since he can't touch this. But he is going to end up having the sleep, unfortunately. But Toxic does miss. So now I'm able to get up one more spike. And my 3 layers of spikes are definitely going to hurt his team a little bit here. He does have the sleep talk, but that's fine with me. I'm just going to whirlwind him out, and I'm just going to continue to do that until basically my Skarmory is dead, because I can. And yeah, it's a bit of a dick move, but I can do it, so I'm going to. And I have 3 spikes up, so why the hell wouldn't I want to do that? As he brings in his Mew. So I'm just going to try and whirlwind this thing out. I don't know what he thinks he's going to have for me. He has the Electro Web, which is a bit weird of a move. But now I'm able to drag him back into his Mewtwo, which unfortunately does have... it does have the lefties. So I don't know what I want to do. But I feel like I can bring in my Zekrom and hit most of his team really hard. And he's probably not going to be expecting that. And he ends up doubling into his Regirock. So I feel like I'm just going to Volt Switch here. That's probably a bit safer than anything else. And I'll be able to gauge and see if he's specially defensive or physically defensive. And he is going to look... He looks like he's going to be the specially defensive, maybe? So I'm just going to go into my Groudon Primal here, because I should be able to hit this thing really hard and live whatever he wants to send out for me. And he is going to go for the toxic, so that's going to be a bit annoying. But a nice lava plume should take him down. We'll just have to see. If he wants to switch out, I'm fine with that. And he is going to bring out his Yuxi. So this should do a decent amount. And, yeah, now since this thing is toxic, I pretty much don't have a whole lot I can do with it. I'm just going to stay in and continue to lava plume him. This thing is probably going to end up being faster, but I should be able to get a lava plume off. I don't know what he could possibly have for me that would scare me. So I'm just gonna go for the lava plume, and he ends up going for the heal bell, so that's a bit annoying, but we do get a burn off very nicely on this thing. So I'm just gonna stay in once again, and he is gonna protect, but that's fine. I just wanted to stay in to get another turn of burn damage off, and my Groudon's gonna go down here, but it's not that big of a deal. If he decides to switch this thing out, he's gonna go down when he comes back in anyway. So now I'm just gonna go for a nice outrage. It'll hit everything on his team really decently. It'll definitely take care of the Regirock. The Deoxys defense is going to be a bit of an issue, but once again my Gengar can OHKO pretty much everything. I'd like to get the Mewtwo out of the way so I don't really have to worry about a speed tie, which very well could happen. And unfortunately he's able to protect that turn, which is a bit weird, seeing how he used it last turn. I'm just going to continue to click Outrage. I don't really lose anything by clicking it, and it'll, as I said, it'll hurt everything on his team. This is the Choice Scarfed Zekrom once again, and his Regirock is almost dead, and Outrage will definitely take it out, and I obviously will be faster. And now I should be confused, which is a bit unfortunate, but let's see what he wants to bring out, because I might be able to bring out my Gengar here. And he's going to end up bringing out his Mew. So I don't see too many issues with staying in. But once again, I feel like my Skarmory is going to be better here, because I can just stay in and Whirlwind him out. And I'd like to get rid of the confusion on my Zekrom. And he is going to set up a barrier. So yeah, I'm glad I came into my Skarmory, because I don't want this stupid thing to just continue to set up as much as it wants. I'd like to get a nice Whirlwind off, and he is going to have the Roar. But he does make a huge mistake and ends up bringing me out into Gengar, so thank you for the safe switch into Gengar, sir. Now I can get a nice Shadow Ball off, and definitely OHKO, whatever you want to switch into. Maybe not Deoxys Defense, but everything else will go down to a Shadow Ball for sure, as far as I know. So, yeah. Once again, I don't know if this is once again or not. I can't remember if I said this already, but he's going to forfeit there. So, let's go ahead and get one more match after I see my new ranking. I'm going to be moved up to 1116. So that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get one more match for you guys. And yeah, anyways, as I was trying to say, I'm not the best at Pokemon, or not even anywhere near the best or even that good, but I'm hoping, based on good teams that I have found, and based on my experience with Pokemon, which isn't a crap ton, but based on that I can get to the top 500, just to kind of show you guys that noobs can do it too. But his team is, as you can see, all OU. The Crobat is actually UU, I believe, as well as Aggron. And Melodic is definitely UU or RU or something like that. He's got a lot of underling Pokemon, as I'd like to call them. But I'm going to lead with my Zekrom because, yeah, I foresee the Crobat lead or the Kingdra or Melodic, possibly. But he is going to go ahead and lead off with his Aggron, so I'm just going to hit him with a Volt Switch right away. This is probably going to be Mega Aggron. I'm not too scared of that thing. He's really specially weak, for sure, and now my Primal Groudon is going to come in for pretty much free. So, yeah. I apologize for this match, as it is going to be a bit crappy. But now I can definitely EQ. He'll probably want to stay in because he kind of looks like a noob. And he is going to stay in and go for the EQ, but he'll go down to my EQ for sure. My Groudon is scary as hell. And yeah, basically he's going to have to bring in Melodic or Kingdra. But even still, those aren't going to do anything to me in Intense Sun. So this Groudon is going to be a huge threat to his team. And he is going to bring in the Breloom. A bit interesting. Lava Plume should OHKO it. It could be Focus Sashed. I'm just going to stay in Lava Plume. I should be able to live whatever he wants to go for. He is going to have the Spore, unfortunately. But what's he going to do to me anyway? I feel like I'm just going to stay in till I wake up, and that'll definitely be a better play here. He does have the Bullet Seed, which does a decent amount, but hopefully I can wake up pretty fast. I will go down to the next turn of Bullet Seed, though. So I'm going to go into my Latias here and try and scare him out, which I should be able to do. The Bullet Seed isn't going to do very much. Breloom is a little scary here. And it will... The Bullet Seed will actually take down my Latios next turn, so... What do I want to do? I'm just going to go for HP Fire and hope that can take him out. I am running the Soul Dew, so I don't think it can. But we'll just have to see. He does have the Mach Punch, so that's fine by me, and the HP Fire is able to take him out, thankfully. So let's see what he wants to go into. Hopefully I can get a Roost up. He is going to bring in the Sceptile. I'm definitely expecting this to be the Mega Sceptile, so I definitely just want to go into my Skarmory to try and deal with that. This thing is going to be really fast, so it's going to be a bit of an issue. Actually, was it the Mega Aggron? Was it the Mega Aggron? I can't remember if that was the... I guess that wasn't Mega Aggron, so this thing definitely could be Mega. I just want to get a Toxic off on whatever. He may decide to just stay in and try and take this thing out. But if he does, it's not a big deal. He's actually going to end up going for the sub. So, is Whirlwind a good play? Yeah, it ignores a substitute, so I'm just going to Whirlwind him out. I don't think he's going to be able to do much to me anyway. with pretty much anything on his team. The Zekrom definitely puts in work. I feel like if this isn't Mega, Zekrom is definitely just gonna destroy his whole team, which it appears to not be Mega for some reason. I don't really know why. But now I can just go ahead and Toxic. He does have the Confuse Ray, so that's a bit annoying. And I do hurt myself in the confusion. So, I want to get a safe switch into my Zekrom, and then I can just start wrecking this team. But I would like to get rid of the Sceptile first. I'm just gonna go into my Latios, try and get a Roost. If he goes for the Ice Beam, then so be it. I kind of actually want him to, so I can go into my Zekrom. And he is just gonna go for the Scald, which does absolutely nothing. So I can Roost up here for free and scout to see if he has the Ice Beam or not. Looks like he is gonna have the Ice Beam, but he did get a crit there, so oh, really? I get frozen. Well, I'm just gonna stay in and sacrifice this thing, I guess, because it's frozen, and yeah, there's nothing I can do. There's absolutely nothing I can do, and I just want to, like I said, get a free switch into my Zekrom, because he will be able to take down this whole team. Still frozen. Come on, come on. Thaw out, please, damn you. Please thaw, please thaw, please thaw. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Alright, so the freeze wasn't that bad. The freeze can be a bit of an issue if you want to try and set up on someone with a freeze on them sometimes. As you can see, you can never expect when they're going to thaw out. But I'm just going to go into my Groudon because he's still sleeping, and if he wants to go for the Ice Beam, I can take one Ice Beam anyway, I believe. But he does go for the Confuse Ray, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I'm just going to go for a Lava Plume now, because in the Intense Sun, that should hit his whole team pretty decently. And he's going to bring out the Sceptile, so that's a bit weird. Hopefully I can live something and get a Lava Plume off and Oko this thing. So, yeah, hopefully I wake up. And I can break the sub. I do wake up, but, of course, I end up hurting myself in my confusion. So, I'm just going to go for the Lava Plume. Again, try and break the sub. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to go for the Giga Drain, which actually does take me down. I really didn't expect it to. But I don't want this thing in under a sub. So I'm just going to go into the Skarmory and go for a Whirlwind. And that should take care of that for me. Because he's not going to be able to do anything to this Skarmory. He didn't have anything for it earlier. I don't know, maybe he was just saving it, but I sincerely doubt that, as he's just going to go ahead and set up the Leech Seed. And his Melodic is going to come in. This does have an Ice Beam, but I just want to go for the Toxic. I want to get a Toxic off on someone here. I don't care if my Skarmory goes down. Once again, I'm really looking for the switch into my Zekrom, but as you can see, I keep getting the Confuse Ray, and I've never broken through a Confusion yet, so that's really annoying. I really hope I can get a Toxic off on this thing, but I'm gonna go down to a Scald anyway. And now I can finally bring in my Zekrom for free. I do want to go for the Outrage, because the Volt Switch is just gonna not hurt the Sceptile enough. So I'm just gonna go for an Outrage and expect him to double into Sceptile. And hopefully that will take his Sceptile out. I believe it should, but because if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to deal with it another way. But we do end up taking him down there very nicely. Glad he didn't predict the Outrage. I mean, basically everything's going to die to an Outrage anyway. But yeah, I'm forced to click Outrage again. He's going to get a Confuse Ray off if he lives, which is going to be really annoying, but I can definitely try to fight through it, as he actually ends up trying to go for Ice Beam, so I don't know why on earth he would do that. But my Arceus Fairy is going to come in here. He does have the Crobat, which definitely threatens it out, but I'm not very scared of an Ice Beam, although it did freeze me earlier. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit him up with the Judgment. He's probably going to bring out the Crobat. I'll be fine with that. I can easily deal with the Crobat. And he's actually going to stay in and just go for the Confuse Ray. Hopefully, I can break through this time, and it'll be a dead Melodic. But we'll just have to see. I haven't had a lot of luck breaking through his Confuse Rays so far. And of course we can't. So this is definitely going on way longer than it needs to. I'm just gonna go ahead and stay in Judgment, because this thing doesn't have a whole lot of use, and I just want to get this bastard out of the way. This thing is really, really annoying. I can definitely just go ahead and set up a Calm Mind though, because for some reason he's not bringing out his Crobat, so I'd like to just be able to get more damage off on him for sure, and definitely take less from the Scald. Plus I have Recover and Refresh should he get a burn with the Scald, so I'm not really worried about the burns from the Melodic, or from the Scald from the Melodic. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue to Calm Mind here, as he does end up going for the Confuse Ray. But I'm okay with that. I'm just going to click Judgment, because, yeah, because my attack isn't raising or anything, so I won't hurt myself more. But unfortunately, as you can see, I'm completely unable to break through a Confuse, so that's really annoying. I'm just going to try and hit him with a Judgment, and hope I can break through. Ah, come on! That's really annoying. And ridiculous. Well, I'm just going to have to go for a Recover here. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I haven't been able to break through a single Confusion this whole match. That's ridiculous, because there's been so many too. But luckily I'm able to get a Recover off there. He's definitely fishing for a burn. Luckily he hasn't gotten one, but I feel like he's gotten more than his fair share of hacks here. He definitely should have been taken down already. He is going to bring out the Crobat, so this Judgment only does 50, but he does have Black Sludge, so that's a bit of an annoyance. I'm just going to stay in Judgment again. Maybe he isn't max speed. I doubt it, but if he's not... Wow! Nice. And he goes for a Toxic. Wow. He really expected the switch out there, so I'm just going to click Judgment again, and I'll be able to take this thing out very easily. And then my Z-Crom can just clean up with a nice Wild Charge or whatever. Even if I miss one, it's not that big a deal. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be the match. I don't know if I want to hard switch into Z-Crom or just let this thing go down. Maybe I'll try and wear this Melodic down and then bring in the Z-Crom on a Recover. We'll have to see if he even comes back. I don't know. He is gonna just forfeit, man. You ain't gonna do nothing. But I am gonna go for the judgment. It should do a good amount to him now. Or now that I'm at +2. Or is that +2? I think it's +2. Anyways, yeah, wow, that's gonna do 60. That's a good amount. So, I'm gonna bring in Zekrom on this recover because, yeah, I feel like that's very prevalent. Or, you know what? I'm gonna stay in and try and break through on a confusion. Hopefully, I can do it. I've been completely unable to. Damn it! That is ridiculous. Every single time. Alright, well, my Zekrom definitely will just take him out. So, if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up. Comment down below to let me know that you guys like what you see. Subscribe to stay up to date with all my latest Pokemon videos. You can keep in touch and stay tuned for this series, this brand new series, as well as my other Pokemon battles. And yeah, my name is Another Soviet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna be doing this in all the other ladders, so this was just a quick taste. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, and yeah, please subscribe.